There are two ways to get rich in this country. One, capitalism. Make stuff that people want and sell it for a profit. Two, the other way. Senator Bernie Sanders has just written a new book. Oh goody, I hope it's a bestseller. Bernie is an interesting guy. He's worked in federal politics for over 30 years. But before that, he was a mayor. Now, many people would say he's worked for the government his entire life. That's not true. That's just lazy reporting. I dug deep, really deep, and at one point, he did have a job that wasn't paid by taxpayers. If you go all the way back to 1979, he made a small film called Eugene V. Debs, trade unionist, socialist, revolutionary. Now, was this a hardcore guerrilla piece of gonzo journalism? No. It was produced by the Vermont ETV, the public television station based in Colchester, Vermont. It was funded in part by a grant from the Vermont Humanities Council. It was made with historical clips, and he added a little commentary. So his big job was getting funded by someone else, taking clips made by someone else, and being produced by someone else. Bravo. Good job, sir. But wait, okay, hey, he made other movies. Bernie Sanders in Burlington, Vermont, back in 1981. Now, this riveting documentary is all about Bernie Sanders and his attempt to become the mayor of Burlington, Vermont. I want to call this a movie, but let's be honest. It was a political campaign advertisement. It had no historical value if he never got elected. So yes, he did some work, but it was self-serving to get him on the road to sweet full-time government employment. Let's jump ahead to modern times. Bernie has been a congressman since 1991 up to 2007. At that point, he became a senator, and he's a senator until this day. Now, he hasn't just sat on his butt for several decades. He's really made some big improvements for the country. He's been an advocate for progressive policies and social justice. I mean, he hasn't done anything, but he advocates really hard. Sanders also played a crucial role in passing the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. It's that bill where healthy people are forced to get overpriced insurance to help offset unhealthy people, so it's basically just socialism. He's also championed policies such as the $15 minimum wage, free college education, and the Green New Deal. So in several decades, he's basically a giant pile of garbage that's done nothing to help the country, but he wrote a few more books. In 1997, he wrote Outsider in the House, because he's a rebel or something. Then he wrote The Speech, a historic filibuster on corporate greed and the decline of our middle class. That was in 2011. Then a few more during what I like to call his Trump derangement series. Our Revolution, A Future to Believe in, 2016. Bernie Sanders' Guide to Political Revolution, 2017. And Where Do We Go From Here? 2 years in the Resistance, 2018. Now, there's no sales numbers from these books, so I have no idea if they ever made a profit. But I'm guessing the publishers gave him a sweet advance check. His personal net worth is well over $2.5 million, and a U.S. senator only makes $174,000 per year. I mean, you can't get 3 houses on that salary. But he's got a new book. He's got a new book. It's called It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism. This guy hates capitalism. He wants socialism, or democratic socialism. Either would be fine. I mean, they both lead to communism, so what's the difference? But get this. He's taking his book on a book tour. You get to see him in person. Now, he probably reads a few passages, then he does a little Q&A, then maybe signs a few copies. As a devout socialist, I'm sure he's doing this for free. Take from those that have the most and give to those that have the least. No, he's charging $55 up to $95 for a seat at this book tour. It's nothing like living up to your principles, huh, Bernie? So in the beginning, I said there were two ways to make money. One, capitalism. That's where you make a product and you sell it to a willing buyer for a profit. The oversimplified idea is that you create something of enough value that someone wants to voluntarily trade. They literally want your thing more than their money. Ta-da! Capitalism. 2. The other way. Get elected into a government job and use that leverage to coerce people into printing a book that won't sell enough copies to make a profit. It would not be unreasonable to assume that he got paid $1 million for that book in advance fees. So what does the bookseller get in return? Well, that's the tricky part. Who knows? Maybe a sweet PPP loan that never needs to be repaid? Maybe some favorable legislation that allows booksellers to fall into a new tax bracket because, well, books are made from paper. And paper comes from trees. And trees are green. There's Green New Deal, that kind of crap. I'm not saying he did this. This is just speculation. And that would be illegal. I mean, if any senators would be ever held accountable for a crime. But Bernie, who spent his entire life fighting for the working man, fighting against the millionaires and billionaires.
What would define your campaign?
Standing up to the billionaire class.
Billionaires, 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 billionaires.
I am not a billionaire.
Millionaires, billionaires, billionaires, millionaires, millionaires,
Millionaires and billionaires at the same time.
millionaires and billionaires,
Millionaires and billionaires.
millionaires and billionaires, millionaires and billionaires, millionaire and billionaire, millionaires and billionaires, billionaires and millionaires, billionaires. Billionaire.
Billionaires and billionaires.
Billionaires. Billionaires. Billionaire. 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 And billionaires. Just the billionaire class.
Wait, I'm sorry. I mean, just billionaires. Those millionaires, those folks are okay. They just wrote a few books and bought a few houses. They're okay. They're good people. Bernie, you're a duplicitous pile of human garbage. Just like Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, Ho Chi Minh, Fidel Castro, and Kim Jong-un. They're all communists, just like Bernie. Bernie had his honeymoon in Moscow. He's always been a communist. Go buy his book. Go buy a ticket to the book tour. Give him your money. Come on, he's working for the common man. All right, I got another video coming later. Hope you had fun with this one. I'll see you soon. Bonus content. While I was researching for this video, I was using ChatGPT, the AI program, and I got it to tell me that Bernie had 2 houses, then 3 houses. Then I finally got it to admit that Bernie has 4 houses. In reality, he only owns 3 houses, but I broke ChatGPT. I'll add that entire dialogue in the community tab for tomorrow. It's really funny to read.